hey. We stayed in third place. Hey. We stayed in third place.
Woo!
It's not last place.
Suck your blue.
No one remembers who came in second place.
It's not last place. That's all I gotta say about that.
And we did not lose to some dirty Smurfs either.
And we didn't lose to no Smurfs. You know, I'm gonna take this shit off just because you said that.
You're gonna really now? There's like a clip right there, man. You need help? You're good there, Brian?
I got it.
Cool.
Say the line. Say the line, Bart.
Say the line, Bart. Say it.
I didn't do it. Welcome to News Across the Galaxy. We'll talk about things in the galaxy. My name is Eddie. As always, I got Brian.
What up?
And I'm gonna go with this first. Dre in the ones and twos. What up, Dre?
Oh shit! Oh, hi, how's it going, everybody?
Yeah, that's Dre, definitely. And look, here in physical form.
Physical form. He's not fake.
No,
he actually exists.
Yeah, it's real.
You sure it's not a hologram like Tupac?
Or
Could be.
Yeah, I wish it was Tupac.
I bet punch him.
Because they
No. It hurts us.
Yeah. Anyways, you fucked everything up. Edgar, hey man,
What's up?
You're
Yes, you're here, bro.
Yeah, I'm here. I wish it was for a better game. But what the hell? I'm here. And it's the middle of summer. And it's a middle of summer game that we just had. Because, damn.
Hey, well, we all got to go to the stadium.
Hey, we did.
Yes, he did.
But then we saw what we saw. So,
Was it a? Come on.
What'd you see?
man.
Saw Cabral score. And dot.
But before we go that far, did we have a chance to talk about? Well, there was all these like excitement and expectations of which he says his own name as was it Dion? He says it though. Yeah, he says
Dion
it kind of
Djokovic.
that guy. Whatever.
Oh yeah. The new forward, the new Chicha.
Kind of feel like we needed that guy. No, before we even saw today's game, like this is the guy that's gonna take us home. This is the guy that's gonna take us to the promised land. And we didn't see him, right? So we had to rely on this other guy that we've tried to rely on for a long time.
Zucoin to the moon, baby.
Zucoin was not there.
Zucoin wasn't there.
Well, should have put the Zucoin. I'm all Zucoin. Zucoin me out.
Zucoin me out.
You want to go with the European version of that? The Cabral coin to the moon?
Kept coin to the moon, baby. No?
That's terrible.
You know, the guys as we were leaving, it's like our whole summer encapsulated in one game where you have all this promise for great things to by the end, and instead you leave you with your head shaking. And although Cabral scored, you still can find something to complain about him. But at least he scored, and he did that thing. What is it, Brent?
Oh, the DJs. He DJs, right? I think that's the thing.
Whatever it was.
Is it a two fake?
Well,
I don't know. It looks cool, all right?
Yeah. But the
It
rest
does
of the
look cool.
game is just so. You look at the stats, you look at the highlights, and you're just like, shake your head. Especially when you see the results around the rest of the league. My goodness, we had such a great opportunity. Such a great opportunity.
so let's talk about that opportunity, right? So today we went in third place, which is not bad.
It's
right?
not.
And I'm gonna circle back around to that at the end of the show. 1 win, 3 points.
Yeah.
Would have had us first, top of the table,
Well, at least tied for first, right?
For
tied.
first. Yeah.
and then tied for second in the Supporter Shield race. And we played a Vancouver Whitecaps. So Whitecaps, I thought this is easy, not easy, but very possible, doable at home. 3 points, and this is how we came out. Jonathan Bond in goal. Anybody surprised?
I'm
Nope.
surprised.
We had Julian Araujo out right. We had Fania out left. Williams and Kurabali at center backs. We had Revolution playing as a CDM, and we had Leggett playing in left mid. And then we had like a winger thing going on with Grand Sir out left, Efra out right, Cabral as the lone striker, and then we had at the I guess right center mid, right CDM, however you want to call it, our captain, Mr. Jonathan Santos, making his return.
Who got a very loud and warming
You got a warm reception back home.
Warm reception,
Yeah.
which is really cool. I think a lot of fans,
It was. But you saw this lineup. I'm going to go start with Edgar because I remember Edgar saw it. I saw it with Edgar, and Edgar was like putting a lot of pressure on some people.
Yeah. When I saw Cabral up top, my first reaction was wonder how he would handle that responsibility because in previous matches he hasn't been able to come up to task. I ran into Mike Gray as I was entering the stadium, and we discussed Cabral, and we both agreed that he's soft. And this is not. It's not meant in offense or to put him down. It's just he is still getting adjusted to the MLS style of play, and going up into the middle of the box, he's gonna get knocked around a bit, and maybe he's gotten such a taste of that now he hears footsteps, and it's affecting his style of play. He's more of a finesse player. And so putting him up top by himself is quite a load to carry, especially knowing that what Chicha did for us in the first half of the season, and now he's dealing with that calf strain that lasts forever. But I just thought it was too much. It's good to see Grandsir and Efra flank him, but Cabral, even with the goal scored, and I know we're going to talk about it later on, he's still having issues. Because that goal that he scored, my goodness, I could probably knock that in with my eyes closed, but that's a whole other issue.
I mean, there was even moments before that though.
Yeah, there were.
He had like some clear shots, and you know what? Let's just talk about how they came out though.
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
the lineup. Yeah, I'm sorry.
no,
I
it's
deviated,
fine.
yeah. Now, Bryant was saying, what a great midfield, right?
Well, yeah, that's was one of my things that I was actually talking with Edgar during the game, that this is one of the lineups that I wanted to see when we have everybody healthy, right? This is, aside from the striker, this is a lineup that, is supposed to be our A squad. And to me, I mean, that those first 20 minutes, that center mid just looked so fluid. To me, they looked really, really good. Maybe they might need a little bit more time to mesh together, but just starting off with Revolucion and Jonah and Legit, it was refreshing, because those are the guys that we want to see on the pitch all the time, and those are the guys that we want to, we want them to take us to that promised land. So I was good with that. You're next.
My turn. I saw it. I was like, all right, cool. Where's the game changer? Easy. That was it. That was but yeah, it's cool to see all these guys start. It's cool to see Legit back. It's just cool to see Jonah come back. Revolucion gets those goals, but he's not there for that, right? There's no Chicha. We know that. But also, the two of the most important people, in my opinion, maybe you guys would agree, in the last couple of weeks has been Kleshin or Vasquez.
Yeah.
They're not there. So, to me, that's my first thing. Like, I thought it's Vancouver. We could pull it off, but it's like, where is the guy? Where's the game changer here?
Well, not to take anything away from me, I don't want to take anything away from Vancouver, because I've been watching them, paying attention to their play the last few weeks, and they've really turned it on.
You sang that Canadian anthem pretty loud.
Hell
Yeah, you did.
I love Canada.
I'm surprised that you knew it word for word.
Remember before the last MLS game I went to before Galaxy games was a Whitecaps game.
Ah.
I had some poutine.
Some boot.
Some what?
That's offensive now, right? They're canceling games.
Oh,
with Mexico,
j'aime les
so-
poutines et les mélanges canadiens. The Whitecaps have been playing really good as of late. As a lot of teams in the bottom half of the table have certainly turned it on in the last few weeks, like Dallas, for example. But Vancouver is one of those teams that have always given us issues. But Dahome and some of the other guys they have on the squad have turned it up. And I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that they've been playing, living, practicing at altitude. And I told these guys, I was like, I really hope that we get some goals early on, because these guys, they're going to be an issue later in the game. And,
Well, let's start from the beginning. The way the game went, the way we started, though, to be honest, even though I said in the comments I said about Kleshin and no Vasquez, well, Vasquez didn't even dress. Injury, obviously, now wasn't ready. But the Galaxy came out playing this high-paced game that I think, or at least in my opinion, we haven't seen yet till today. which was very interesting. Something else that Vanney has, right? Something if he had all the pieces, maybe he could pull off even better. But I thought it was effective. I thought it was like, oh shit, like Vancouver has no idea what's going on. The first 20, 30 minutes was just like, I was breathing hard from the stands, just like, I can't keep up.
It was beautiful, fluid, smooth football. It's if this is what we're seeing right now, as the summer is starting to wind down, it gets you excited for what we're going to see once the whole team starts to fill in together towards the beginning of fall. But the one thing that bothered me was that, and I muttered it to whoever could hear me. You were doing all this wonderful, beautiful play, and we have all this possession, and we're doing all these things, but for what?
Yeah,
For
there was no last danger ball like
The
a
final
Sasha,
third.
the final like a Sasha or a Vasquez would put through. But even at that, with all the possession, one player that stuck out to me in that first half was Evra, actually.
Yes.
This kid came back from the Gold Cup with some confidence, and in that first half, he was taking on dudes, and Eddie gives him a lot of shit for not using his right.
I
But
still do.
but you know what though, his left worked today, and he didn't have to use his right today. And I think in that first half, he looked really, really good, and it says a lot for what he goes through in the Gold Cup and what the training, all the training that he does in there, and having all those people around him. Good shit. I liked it.
You know who I wish I could have said the same about? Sebastian Legit, who had a bigger role with the U.S. national squad, and just like a famous Simpsons Krusty doll, he's got a button on the back that when he plays with the national team, he's an absolute killer, but when he's back home, he's like, ha ha ha, howdy ho. I mean, he completely disappeared in this game. I mean, I think it's sometime in the second half he got fouled, and I remembered, oh, hey, that's Legit. That's right, he's on the field. I forgot this guy was on the field.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's fatigue, because he did play a lot of football in the last couple months, or it's just the way he plays with us. It's strange. It's like he turns into an absolute beast when he plays with the national team, and then once he's back in LA, he goes back into.
I put that argument again that you surround him with those better players. He's gonna it's easy. It's gonna be a lot easier. You know. Even then, he's playing weaker. My opinion, when you're playing in this region, it's weaker competition. You could throw Mexico in the mix right now too. I think it's weaker competition right now. So I've gotten shit for it before, and I'll get shit for it again, and I'll stick by it now. He is a pop star. If he's dating a pop star, he's maybe a little overglorified. He's maybe a little overhyped, and sell high.
I mean, there is teams interested
Sell
in him,
high.
right?
I mean,
Just if you go look back, which people are gonna say what they said about the Gold Cup, he was like one of the lowest rated overall players with the U.S. in the Gold Cup with that roster, which is the quote unquote less talented roster. So there you go.
but he's got one hell of a hype man, right?
Hell yeah, it's me. Sell him high.
Becky G, bro.
Yeah. That's me and her trying to get him paid. That's all we're trying to do. One of us trying to get him paid, the other one's getting him laid. You know what I'm saying?
The things that Gold Cup saw.
What? These Heineken Zeros that everybody's looking at me drink?
That is the new NAG sponsor.
New NAG
sorry.
sponsor?
Oh,
We're
no,
gonna
no.
announce that at the end of the show.
Yeah, we cannot say that.
Not yet, right?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Is that what
Hey, but hook it up with a sponsor, though.
Boost
Yeah.
Venecia?
Yeah, but hook it up with a sponsor. Though. Drink, make that work. Who else drinks this?
When you don't want to get drunk on fake beers, you got your Gatorade.
You're gonna get us canceled right now, dude. Dre's yet to get a show. Oh no, you've been in jail. Never mind. You've been in YouTube jail.
Free him.
Hey, but you know what? We're talking shit about all these players. They did great for the first half for the most part, and we created, I guess, half chances. Is the right word?
Um, there were. It was like they had this wonderful build-up, especially heading into the final third. But once they got to that into the box, into the 18, and the ball needed to be put into a position where somebody could try to knock it in, there just wasn't like that extra step, that extra pass. There was something missing, and it was frustrating because the times that the ball did come to Cabral, it's, I don't know. It's the play kind of fizzled. It's kind of like Buzz Killington was out there playing, with number 9 or something. Sorry.
They had 11 shots, and 4 of them were on target. So.
But it was like soft shots, though.
Yeah. Aside from the goal, does that count as a shot on target?
Yes.
Aside from that, I guess those other 3 was just kind of soft kicks that he had. Well, I mean, he tried to shoot one with his left.
Yeah.
Which gave it right to the keeper. But I want to address something that happened earlier in the match. Julian Araujo showed an old, younger Julian Araujo when he got that yellow card early. I think that kind of put him in a compromising position where he couldn't be as aggressive as he wanted to. I mean, it wasn't like Vancouver was attacking us on that side either way. They weren't really doing much. But he probably could have played a little bit more free on that side.
Obviously, you never want to start the match with a card. And I think who's the ref? Baldomero Toledo.
Yeah,
He, I mean, I don't know if you want to look back at his history with the Galaxy, but he never does us any favors. The fact that Julian regressed and got that yellow right off the bat, you're like, damn it, that's not what you want from one of your defenders, like right off the bat, because the rest of the game, that's going to be on his mind. It's going to affect his aggressiveness or the way he battles for one-on-one balls, especially on 50-50 shoulder,
Yeah.
And I don't know if it really was a factor because he actually I thought he had a fine match, but I just think that maybe it held him back a bit.
And we're talking about regressing. I gotta bring something up. LA Native brought up in the chat that fucking Grancer sitter, the one.
Yes.
1-on-1. Jesus.
Yes.
Ah, man.
And again, a through ball by a player who's playing confident right now. Efra gave him a dime that he should have put away, and he couldn't.
Nah, that should have been
Frustration, man.
After everything Grancer has been through and all that frustration, and finally we thought getting that monkey off his back, that one should have been. That should have been it.
Yeah, but it's not like he played bad today. It
No,
was
he
just that
didn't.
one.
I didn't, but those got to go in because they're not going in from anyone else except.
You said it right. These have to go in because the goalkeeper for Vancouver, Crepeau, he is the Canadian national team keeper. A lot of people might have never heard of him before, but he's been in Vancouver for a while, and he's an outstanding goalkeeper. I mean, look at what he did to Mexico. He was driving the Mexican offense nuts before Mexico finally won. And here he is back with the Whitecaps, and he made some good saves. But damn, when you get an opportunity to score on a goalkeeper of that quality, and you have like what's practically a goal, you got to bury those. So it's just frustration, piled on frustration. When we had that goal by Cabral, which we're gonna cover in a bit, you felt like, this is a good start. This is good. This is a guy who's been at the center of all this, all these issues, and so it's a good thing. It's a good sign for the rest of the match. But no, what were we wrong?
But before we keep shitting on people, let's go through the moment we were all waiting for again.
Oh,
for a long time, right? So,
very long time.
So I called it, man. Right before kickoff, I was like, you know what?
Wait, what did you say?
Right before kickoff, Cabral is gonna score a brace.
There you go.
Hey, man, but that was the first half still, so I was close. So another through ball by Efra.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
And I thought this one was even more confident booster because he actually takes 2 touches in the box, which when you get to take another touch in the box, it's just a confidence booster, instead of having the first time and like he did the first time. Anyways, takes another touch, sets it on his right foot, Great finish. Cabral gets his second of the season. Hell yeah. That was only for the YouTube viewers. Yeah, I did the whole DJ ear thing, whatever that means. If you know what it means, let us know.
Waka waka. We should ask him.
Yeah.
Too fake.
But man, how many is he gonna take from this kid, dude? To I don't know.
You know what? He slipped into that Zubac territory. Sorry.
Nah, we can't say that. He's nowhere near that Zubac territory.
No, I mean he's more skilled than Zubac. He actually has more natural skill.
He understands the game more.
But as far as finishing is concerned, I mean, I told Eddie, he didn't have a bad game because he was getting in the box, he was trying, he was going around defenders, but his job is to score goals. He's not there to try to provide service on people. He's not there to try to track balls back on defense or anything like that. No, his job is to score goals. So if at the end of the day, which is a term we use a lot, right? But it's the truth. At the end of this day,
Yeah.
you look back at his body of work. He had that one goal, which was, that's a sitter. There's no way you can't score that, right? Unless, Crepeau makes an amazing save. But at the end, he had a lot of opportunities that would have made a big difference, not only in this game, but in all the other games we've had over the last 6 weeks. Because it's not just today. It's been something that's been going on for a while now, and you only can scratch your head and wonder, what if some of those goals had gone in? Some of those shots where he could have just hit it a little harder or try to aim a little better. And today was an example of that. So,
But this is the thing. I don't know. That's why we brought him in. In his previous club, Valenciennes, he had 63 appearances and 11 goals. That's not a good ratio from appearances to goals. So we want him to score those that have been sitters, but we didn't bring him for that. Now, he's still a young guy, and he's still, like you said earlier, he needs to adjust to the physicality of this league, and I don't think he's grasped that yet. I think once he gets how physical it is here in MLS, then he'll probably start going in with a little bit more strength and probably hitting shots a little harder, not trying to finesse everything, just finishing what he needs to finish.
That begs the question, though. Did Vanney make a mistake? And the reason I ask that, and it's a heavy question to ask, and it's a difficult question to present to somebody, especially if they're standing in front of you. But I will still ask Vanney, what was the process in your mind when you decided to not only bring this guy on board, but offer him a DP contract, because he's young and unproven on this side of the world, and with this style of football. But you also laden him with a designated player contract, which brings a lot of responsibility, and it's extra heft along with it. So, was it a mistake? Because, look at other teams. You can look at Brenner with Cincinnati. He just scored today his first goal of the season, and we're already halfway. And how much money did Cincinnati throw at this guy, right? But that's Cincinnati, but we're talking about our guy here, and how much money we threw at him. What was his contract? Do we have any idea what his DP contract was?
It was the transfer fee was in a couple mil. It's like 4.5 years or 4 years, whatever that.
Monopoly money, whatever.
So he's definitely not a solution for now. Is he something for we have to wait and see what he does further down the road. But we want to see him do something now, right? Because Chicha's out. We have to count on him, and he's not stepping up.
That's also not his fault, though. You have to, if it really is like this long play, then it's hard to say if Vanney fucked up. If you're asking me today, like right now, yeah, it looks like a mistake, right? But we don't know. I don't think we don't know until we see the end result. Till I guess you get to see that full strength team, and you get to see Vanney's final form or whatever. Then we get to say all right, he fucked up. This wasn't the guy.
Yeah, the guy he's not in the final form at all right now.
A lot of people are alluding to the whole issue with Chicha last year and how he was having such a difficult time, not only on the field but off the field. You know, we already discussed that. But Cabral's younger. He doesn't seem to have the worries of a married man. You know, going through some other issues like Chicha was. His focus should be solely on football. And here he is, you know, where he's by himself in the box with the ball at his feet, goalkeeper, you know, ready to get fired on, and he misses, or he goes wide.
There has to
or
be
he
something.
shoots, or he shoots a meek shot right at the keeper.
Yeah, that's psychological right there. There has to be something to it. But like I said, we didn't bring him to score goals. You know, we brought him to take some attention from our main goal scorer, who is Chicha. You know, open up play, get wide and get those crosses in and be an assist man. Right now, he has to do a job that he's not accustomed to. But I'm with you guys. He has to put those sitters in. You're in front of the net. You got to put those in. You can't always finesse a shot, dude. Just blast them.
Yeah. Hard pass into the back of the net.
Second half.
I mean, did we go back to our old selves, or what kind of happened? Right, I quote. I think it was like 60-something minute. Brian turns at me. He's like, "Dude, I'm getting sleepy."
Yeah.
No, it was.
Yeah.
It was pretty bad. I mentioned to Eddie earlier in the game how you say it a lot. You hear it all the time. You know, you play, you live in, you practice in altitude, like in Salt Lake City, Denver, and it affects you. It affects your conditioning, and you can tell that at the second half we're on, and our guys are showing signs of weariness and tired legs, and Vancouver instead, they seem to be gaining momentum, and they were just waiting to just pounce. And we were very fortunate that we did not end up losing this match because it was there. Vancouver, it was there for the taking.
Yeah, I agree. As time went on, more and more, just it felt. Well, actually, we should talk about the goal first. So corner kick. Vancouver scores in the 50th minute. It was a fuck, man. You want to have this beautiful, like, we're the shit Bond Girl summer.
Yeah.
And then she does stuff like that, you know. She fucks up, and all of a sudden Bond Girl summer gets, has this big hiccup, and you're just like, man, maybe it's not this dope summer that we all thought it was. But
sometimes you get your Sean Connery,
yeah,
and sometimes you get your Roger Moore.
Oh man, for me, the one that's Pierce Brosnan right there. Yeah, that's the worst. James, that's what we saw today. That's the Bond we got today. We got Pierce Brosnan. Even Mike Myers would have made a better Bond.
I mean, for anybody who didn't see the play, it was a set piece corner kick into the box. Sega went out to try to get the ball out of there. The Colorado player, I can't remember his name, he got to the ball first, but lo and behold, Bond had stepped outside, tried to punch the ball out between both of them, and was nowhere near the ball. The ball just goes into the net where Bond normally would have been.
Yeah.
But
it was an unnecessary come out by the keeper. A keeper who we all hold in high regards as, well, I've said this even earlier in the season, that he's the best goalie in the league. But when things like that happen, that, kind of makes me look stupid.
Even Dre's a Bond girl. That's like, that's how much we believe. But yeah, back to the game, dude. It started to feel so similar to the last time we played them in their quote unquote home, which at that point they were playing in Salt Lake City. But fuck, man.
Yeah, Vancouver, they play a style that they'll lull you to sleep, and just when you think that things aren't gonna get any worse, they spring on you, and they scored that goal. But we're very lucky that it wasn't worse.
I gotta disagree with you guys on that one, because according to the stats, they had less shots than us in that second half, and only one of them was a target, which was the goal. So I mean, they did have a better second half than us, no doubt. To me, it was still a boring game. But I don't think they had us on the ropes or anything dangerous.
Wait, you're absolutely wrong. You said they had a one shot.
Yeah.
Dude, Bond had two saves in the second half and a goal scored on them. That's 3. That's just on like
Shots on target. 3, 1 on target. That's the goal that went in, right?
That's wrong then, because there's 2 saves.
Well
by Bond
then,
here, and then you could
who
recall.
scored?
Remember, you even told me like there's that one.
There's that one save.
Yeah, it was in the second half. Yeah, I don't know. Where
well then, whoscored.com
Stop.
is fucking lame.
Stop using your Clipper fantasy ass fucking.
Hey.
Oh shit! Hey, for one
You're
time,
surrounded by
I'm
Clippers
outnumbered.
right
Hey, Dre, are the lines open by any chance? All right, cool. So, yeah, no, dude, you're absolutely wrong, dude. You're absolutely wrong about that, Brian. Because it's
Well, like I pointed out earlier, I was falling asleep, so I didn't see those other shots. Bang in your face.
You know, that meal you suggested was really good, though. It made that second half go by faster.
That was a lot better, right? The
Yeah.
meal made it a lot better.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the shrimp bowl there. That was good.
Yeah,
good
yeah.
stuff, man.
Yeah, that kimchi, whatever the fuck it's called.
Yeah, the what was it? The hibachi bowl.
That one.
Yeah, good
Yeah,
stuff, man. Good stuff.
that's as good as the second half got.
Yeah,
I took a nap, and Edgar ate some food.
I got nachos delivered to me.
Oh, you did? Who the fuck do you think you are?
You think you're
Here's
all
your
fancy now.
nachos.
Look at you.
Dude, those long ass lines, all right, and then that shit was the same price.
You think
Well,
you're fancy, huh?
Should have snuck in snacks, bro.
I did. Thanks for coming with me, Brian.
Hey, you're welcome.
Some people get it, some people won't. Yeah, man. So again, just keep talking about the second half. It was fucking terrible. I'll put it that way.
I mean, it kind of woke up towards the end.
Yeah.
Like they were in a rush, and you know,
The problem is though. The problem is too. It's like the way the game was going, and we talk about Vasquez and Kleshman, which Vasquez didn't address, but it's like even Kleshman is like, this half needs some life or something. Like, who do you look to? There's like nobody there to look to, and at least in this game, obviously we have injuries, and that's what drives me nuts, man. Drives me nuts, and then I have something to say at the end. I'll come back to it. That's gonna be contradicting. To what you said.
Villafania came out with an injury.
Oh,
Of
fuck,
course I
I
came
forgot
in.
about that too.
Yeah.
Saldana came in, which I think he's done his job. When he comes in, like on Wednesday, I think he's not like super great, but he's done his job. On Wednesday he did his job. I think today he did his job. Sasha came in, and you know, I thought it could have been a spark off the bench. You know, put us some better through balls. It didn't happen. And the whole team tried to wake up towards the end. The keeper blocked a couple. Cabral tried to fake a penalty that wasn't.
He's lucky we didn't get carded for that.
Yeah. But, yeah. Horrible game. I don't know about horrible game.
It's just one of those games that you'll forget about next week.
Yeah, because
I hope so.
I feel like everybody was on this hype train that, oh, you know, we got this win on Wednesday. They're coming off a good win. They look solid. And then previous to that, they smashed on Portland. So, you know, the confidence is riding high. And coming in today against a Vancouver team who we are supposed to beat, you know, we were like, man, we could get to that top of the table.
You know what it was? It was a Sunday, and it felt like a Sunday.
Sunday 5 p.m.
Sunday afternoon in the middle of summer.
And it felt that way.
It did. And one of those sleepy Sundays where you normally sit on your front porch, nice cold one in your hand.
Get off my lawn.
Get off my lawn.
yelling at a bunch of Generation C kids running across your lawn. Get off my lawn. Throwing beer bottles at them, you know, that kind of stuff. Non-alcoholic beer.
Non-alcoholic
Hey,
beer.
leave us alone.
I'm drunk as fuck right now.
You sure are off life, Brian. So I guess this sub kind of confused me at the end, and we're gonna get to the close to the end because we got awards and everything to go. Is you need a goal, right? And we're talking about that spark. I mean, if you believe there's a chance, and you're gonna go for the win, why 7-4 at the 90th minute? You know, even though it's Augie, even if it was Zubac, why, if you think that's the guy that's going to give you a chance to win the game?
I mean, 5 minutes were added at the end.
Well, he didn't know that. He prepped that. That sub was walking up at the 90th minute. he was not walking up in the 85th and the ball didn't
No.
go out. He was walking up in the 90th minute.
Yeah, that's draining some time that's valuable to you, especially when you're supposed to have a sense of urgency, trying to get those 3 points that are so vital.
Yeah.
In a Western Conference that, with all the top teams having issues all of a sudden, it's becoming crowded at the top. So you want to get those precious points, and here you are doing something that makes you shake your head because either you do this earlier or don't do it at all, because you're taking some vital time away from the clock. And
Yeah. And it's 90th again. It's like not like you're resting your player.
yeah.
I mean, legit tried to give him a through ball that he didn't get to.
That's you're not you're not feeding into what we're talking about right here, Brian.
Nah, I get it. He should have came in earlier, but he didn't. And they still tried to scramble to get a goal in the end, and they didn't. Missed opportunity. Let's move on.
Okay.
On to the next one.
On to the next one.
On to the next one.
Anything else about this game that you remember before you fell asleep?
Before I fell asleep. Nah, I think that's
Did
it.
you hear that new chant in the North End?
The one we stole from
The one we
them.
stole from some guys up the road?
Ah. We love stealing chants, so.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Awards.
Awards time.
Yeah. Let's take our time with some awards. Should I play the song or you got the graphics?
Play the song.
Play the song.
Let's see. All right. Let's see. Here we go. All right. So, the fabulous Tag Awards. So we've got the Geo Award, everyone's favorite, right? Everyone loves winning that one. You got Heartman Award and the prestigious
Prestige.
NAG Standing Player Award.
NAG Standing Player
Which
Award.
how prestigious could it be today? What are we starting? What are we doing?
Edgar, you get to pick since you're here live for the first time
Jeez,
ever.
They're all difficult to think about. Let's just get the ugly out of the way. Let's get the Geo Award.
All right.
I defer to Bryant.
For the Geo, I don't know. I don't know if it's a hard one or if it's that I don't want to pick anybody.
I'll go first.
Go for it.
Easy. Sebastian Legit.
Yeah.
Yeah?
He was a ghost.
Highlight something.
His hair.
Thank you. That's it. I mean, bad because he wasn't involved at all, right? I can't recall anything important defensively, offensively. The dude was just. It was like that second game we played today.
Ah.
You know?
I did play a second game today.
I was like, you were. Oh, we got a phone call? All right, here we go. Uh-oh. Good? Uh-oh. What's happening? Uh-oh. News Across the Galaxy, who we talking to? Hello? Oh, no. We didn't pay the phone bill.
Hello.
Oh, they hung up. All right, cool. Call back.
Call back.
Yeah, so legit, man. Legit is easily, for me, it's no-brainer. Right? And that sucks to say, even though I say sell high. Because the more he has of these games, you can't sell high. So that's why. It's
Yeah, you expect a lot better from Sebastian Legit, especially.
Are you
coming
agreeing?
off- I had somebody else in mind, but you're kind of convincing me.
Well, just for shits and giggles, then just go with the other guy.
Yeah, I'll
But
go
go
with the-
touch on Legit first, and then.
Yeah, it's just disappointing because over the last month, even if his play did fall, did start going down a bit in the Gold Cup, we've gotten used to seeing him play with the national team and score. He scored goals and he sets up his teammates, and so you get excited because you're like, yeah, that's our guy.
Yeah.
That's our guy. And then you see him in action in a game like this, and you're like, where is that guy? Or is he even on the pitch?
Yeah.
But the guy I had in mind, and some people, my flame suit on here is
I already know who you're going to say, too.
Bondi.
Yep.
I mean, Bond is not untouchable.
He's
All right,
not.
I love Jonathan Bond, but he's not untouchable. And that one play proved to be a decider between 1 or 3 points. And he should know better. I mean, Sega wasn't positioned well either. He got beat to the ball, but if Bond would have just stayed back, he would have been able to field that ball easily.
Yeah.
So, G award, Bondy. I'm sorry, Bond.
I'm going to have to agree with you on that one. 100% Bond. Especially because we hold him in such high regard. Well, at least I do, as the best goalkeeper in the MLS. And to come out like that and lay an egg on something so, well, that should be so basic, that's not Bond. So for that, he gets the G award. His game is off award.
That's a Dave Bingham thing he did.
That's a Dave Bingham thing to do. That was a David Bingham thing to do. Holy shit.
Look at that.
Bond.
Dude.
Bond Bingham.
Dude, you know how many shit lists you made right now, dude, with that comment?
Oh my goodness.
Jonathan Bingham.
Oh my god.
I don't know if I would have said that
Fuck.
either.
Oh yeah, I will not even repeat what you just said. Right? I'd like to remind you
There
that.
we go. We try it again.
Oh, there we go.
Let's try it.
News.
Caller, are you online? Are you there?
Yes, I can hear you guys.
There we go. News across the galaxy. Who we talking to?
This is Lewis from LA is our house.
Lewis.
What up, Lewis?
House. What up, brother?
How you guys doing? It's been a while since I've called in.
Yeah, it has been. We wish you would have called on a better day because we're not doing too good today.
And you sound very eager to speak your mind, sir. Please do.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty frustrating, disappointing what happened today. Obviously we were all expecting a win. We're at home playing against the last place team. Why wouldn't we expect a win? Except that for whatever reason, Vancouver has had our number for the past how many seasons now? How many times have we played Vancouver and said this is an easy win, this is an automatic 3 points, and it doesn't materialize?
That's what happens with all the Cascadia teams. It's I don't know. It's they live to be a thorn in our side.
That's true.
That's Portland. Get it? Oh
No.
he didn't like it.
Call
Ah,
ended.
see, that's my bad joke. My bad.
Lingo dead.
That Portland.
Lingo is dead.
All right, cool. So we'll go from. Oh, anyway, so we got two Bondies. You went with Bond as well.
I went with Bond.
The Bondi Award.
2 Bondies and
Bond Bingham.
one
Becky Legit.
one Becky Legit.
Damn.
No, you didn't. I that would have been. You didn't touch the phone. I just heard that shit drop.
Yeah, he got mad. He's like, screw
Sorry.
you guys.
He's a good friend of the show. He'll call back if
Call back, Lewis.
if it wasn't us.
Call back, Lewis.
All right, so your choice again.
All right, let's go with You Got Heart Man.
I think these are harder.
Donkey. That'll do.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Mm.
I'll go with the You Got Heart, man.
Yeah.
The kid, El Niño, Efrain Alvarez. This
Yeah.
kid coming back from the Gold Cup, the way he played today, that confidence, that scoring from Wednesday's game, the game winner. He's on that high, and this is something that I think everybody was expecting to see. He's probably not there to his full potential yet, but just the confidence that he's playing with, that he played with today, that he played with on Wednesday, I want him to continue that. And for that, he gets the You've Got Hartman Award.
Ever? Okay. Cool.
I'm gonna give it to Grant Sear. Even though he missed that, should have been a goal. It's a joy to watch him play. The way he chases after the ball, the way he creates something out of nothing, the way he's always just running and pushing and hustling. And the only thing that was missing today was the goal. So it was one of those games again where he was trying to create and do things and being a pest against Vancouver. So I got to give him the You Got Hartman Award. I just wish he would have scored that goal, because then he would have got the next award.
You got heart, man. Shit. This one's a little rough. I think both awards are kind of tough. Oh man, give me a second here.
I don't know if he could use that.
No, yeah. That's not, I'm gonna go with legit. No, I'm kidding.
Whoa.
You know, just because I give him a lot of shit, I'll go with Efra as well because Efra, you know, looked a little more confident out there. He actually gave not just Cabral a couple looks. He gave Grant Sher the look. You know, he was opening up space for players that should, you know, basically Efra did his job.
Yeah.
Despite not wanting to use his left, he did his job. So for that reason, I'll go with Efra. Again, I say it's hard because there's nothing that spectacular, that special against a Vancouver team. It's like scoring, let's say one of us scoring a hat trick against a U12 team. You know, it just
U12 team.
doesn't do it for me, man. So
Try
here
again.
we go. News across the galaxy. Who we talking to?
It's Lewis again. Maybe we can connect this time.
Hey, it's Lewis again.
Yeah,
Lewis
Lewis
again. All right, go ahead, keep talking shit.
Actually, I didn't hear what was said after I was done. So
Then repeat what you were saying.
Oh,
no,
go ahead.
just disappointing. Disappointing that you can't beat a team that has been consistently in last place for several seasons, and it continues. You know, that case still continues, to this day, and can't really figure out why.
Well, it's just they're a bogey team. It's sometimes you got that team that just has your number. They just get under your skin, and the fact that their position in the standings gives you an impression that you can just go in there and walk over them. You gotta always remember that in this league, they're all professionals, and everybody has a sense of pride. So going into a game against Galaxy, where all the prognosticators are saying, "Oh, Galaxy's gonna roll these guys," Vancouver's like, you know what? Just for today, we're gonna step it up a little bit more. We're gonna fight these guys, and scratch and claw them and do everything difficult for them. And maybe we'll steal a point or two. So that's what we got. And the fortunately for our guys, a lot of times they seem to play to the level of their opponent, and that was the case this time around.
Yeah, I think it is just one of those teams, like a la the Bobcats that were to the Lakers,
Yeah.
or fucking every single team to the Clippers. You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
I had to get it in there.
There you go. I knew it was coming too. I knew it was coming.
Nah, but that's it. That's it, Lewis. I mean, I have no idea what's going on. It's just maybe it's that. Maybe since day one, like they felt disrespected by us. Like, oh, we're just gonna go in and fucking walk over this team. And then again, they should feel disrespected when like your Villarreal's score on you and outside bangers and bicycle kicks, and then Efra scores on you and another one. So I don't know. I don't know what it is. It's this fucking team, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know the secret, Liz, or are you holding out from us? Are you saving it for Eleazar House or what?
Oh no. Did he drop again?
Nah, I can barely hear you.
There he is.
I haven't dropped yet, but I can barely hear you.
Well, give us your thoughts, sir.
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
If you can hear us, why? Why then? If you can hear us, you tell us why, because we try to explain it, but I don't think we have the answer.
No. I don't think any of us have the answer. I think it's just kind of disappointing that, the opportunity that you have. And I'm not even talking about first place because, that can come and go. We still have a whole second half of the season. So it'd be a cool little benchmark to achieve halfway in. But, that doesn't necessarily mean that's where we're going to end up. What I'm more disappointed in is that you're dropping points at home against teams at the bottom of the table when you're about to go on an extremely brutal part of the schedule where you're playing 3 games in 7 days. One of those teams is right behind you in the standings with 2 games on hand, which is Colorado, which you'll play 3 days after coming back all the way from Minnesota. And after the Colorado game, that's when you have your 2 rivals, when you're probably fatigued. So it's a little bit more than just missing out on first place. It's one of those like scenarios where, man, these are points that you really couldn't afford to lose because everything is so tight right now in the Western Conference, and with all the games that that you have coming up right now, you're probably going to drop some points. This was probably not the game to do it on.
No, you're absolutely correct. It's something that I touched upon, especially in this last road trip. Granted, you are on the road, but you're playing teams that aren't exactly at the top of the table, and it all comes down in some games to Cabral scoring a shot, or just somebody just getting one goal, and when it's right there for the taking, and these things don't happen, and all of a sudden you start dropping points, and then you realize there's so many missed opportunities. If Galaxy would have got at least 6 points in this road trip, they'd be in first place by with a clear margin. But unfortunately, it hasn't happened. We had a great opportunity with all these other teams at the top were suffering, and our guys just weren't able to get the goals when they counted. And a lot of that falls on Cabral. I mean, it's unfair because maybe he's young and he's still learning the league, but we're halfway into the season and he still hasn't figured it out. And I keep going back to him, and I want to give him the benefit of a doubt. I know he's young, and it took Chicha a while to get ready too, but damn.
I don't know if you caught all that, Lewis.
I mean, no. I actually did, and I agree because there's a part of me that wants to say, look, here's a young guy, 21 years old, right? He's a kid still. He wasn't brought in as a superstar. He wasn't brought in as a known entity. Here's a guy who was supposed to be developed. Greg Vanney has said that this is a guy who's raw, so he's not anywhere near his ceiling right now. And I think if he wasn't a DP, and not just a DP, but our most expensive DP, the DP that we're highly invested in for the next 5 seasons, if he was just some regular TAM player, I don't think we would be that critical of him, to be honest. I just think with a DP tag, that expectation of performance comes along with it. And I think that's fair. But we also have to take into consideration, here's a guy who is still young in a new league and has, all the time in the world to get it right, per se, So part of me wants to say patient, but the other part of me is, man, if you have an open netter, you can't miss that, bro.
Yeah, those are facts. Those are facts.
You know what? I'm getting some vibes on them, listening to you, and just my mind just kind of wandered off because I was listening to you and I was thinking about Cabral, getting some of those early Giazzi Sardes vibes, because when Giazzi Sardes first came on, he was pretty raw and he would miss hitters, and there were times when you're just like wondering, like, why is this guy up top? Don't we have any other options? But look at him now, and look at what he's done. Look at his body of work. I mean, he was really vital to some of those championship teams, and obviously he was really important for Columbus. But that was Zardes, and I don't know if Cabral is expected to do something similar, but I'm getting kind of those vibes where here we have this kid who could do a lot more, and we just have to get him there. We just have to get him there. At the same time, make sure that his confidence doesn't crumble.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that. I think it's sad that we couldn't get the victory because obviously the talking point is the fact that we've dropped 2 points and not that, hey, Cabral got his second goal and maybe that gets the ball rolling, And you can see that he's being he's actually placing himself in a position to score. He's just not finishing. So it's not that he's in no man's land. It's not that he's disconnected from the team the way, other strikers have been in the past. Even the way Chicharito was last season, where he was absolutely on no man's land. He's definitely putting himself in the right position to score. He just has to finish it. So as soon as he figures it out, and as soon as he gets that confidence, I kind of have to agree, especially with a striker, they get very streaky. So, maybe they're not golazos, but, the sitters count the same way. So, how many goals could he have scored already, if he had just, that confidence behind him? Because I do think that that's a big factor. I think right now it's all psychological. But, yeah, I think there's that patience factor. But, yeah, it's kind of frustrating especially when games like these, when it's like, you hit another one, that's 3 points. But, it is what it is. I think we're okay. I mean, third place halfway into the season, definitely exceeding my expectations.
Yeah.
So,
Definitely.
I can't be too upset there. I honestly, personally, did not think the Galaxy halfway into the season would have a shot at being in first place at the Western Conference. So I think that's a huge plus. And the fact that they have done this without their top A squad on the field and without having the same lineup consistently, and they're still up there, that's pretty encouraging.
Would we say then that Vanney is an early candidate for Manager of the Year?
Early candidate for what?
For Manager of the Year?
When you look at where the Galaxy have been the past 5 seasons, even just last season, how low in the dumps we were, it's really hard not to see that the reason why the Galaxy are doing so well this season is Greg Vanney. If they're anywhere in the top 2 in the conference, it's going to be a really hard case not to be Manager of the Year. And the only other person that has a case is Bruce Arena, because what he's done with New England is similar.
That might stop it.
The
Hey, Luis, appreciate the call, man. Before we hang up, tell everyone where they can find you and LA's Our House and all the amazing work you guys do, by the way. Love it. You're my favorite. Don't tell nobody else, please. Dave just bought me a beer today, so I don't want him to not buy me one again.
Well, I appreciate that. So I'm on LA's Our House. You can find us on Twitter at LA's Our House and on Instagram, LA's Our House _ after each word. That's usually where you can find me. I don't have a personal account, so I should probably make one. But I don't have one currently. All my opinions and rants and my nonsense you can find on our podcast or the magazine that we currently have out right now. So,
But when is
That's dope.
issue 2 coming soon?
So issue 2 is currently in production right now. We're hoping to have it before mid-September.
There you go. Look out for that. LA's Our House. Luis, thank you again very much for hitting us up. We'll definitely retweet it when the magazine comes out. I have my issue, which I am thinking is going to be a collectible. Believe it or not, it has not left the package.
Wow.
Bang, there
Nice.
it is. There it
That's
is.
what she said.
Mint condition. Oh.
It's going to be as valuable as a Radioactive Man issue number 1. Trust me.
I sure hope so. Thanks for having me on, guys. Appreciate it.
All right,
Thanks for
dude.
the content.
Peace. Thanks, brother.
Luis.
Peace.
All right,
Funny
cool.
work.
One more word. One more award. to
Yes.
go. NAG standing.
Dun, 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 dun.
Can we give it to
This one's
anybody?
Next thing, I'm gonna give it to Efra. Because he came in there and like Brian's been saying, he's been looking great since he returned from Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
I was hard on him before he left and after while he was gone, because I kept asking like, where is it? Why all the hubbub about this guy? Why is everybody saying this guy is such a big deal when we've only seen like flashes of brilliance? But what we're seeing now isn't exactly flashes of brilliance, but we're seeing a more consistent run of play for him throughout most of the match. I won't say across the entire 90 minutes because that's something the entire team has to deal with, and it's been issues. But we're seeing a more consistent performance from Efra, and today, like last time, he was. I'm sorry, not like last time, right? He scored a goal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like last time, he was a difference. He was a difference maker. That beautiful pass to Cabral, which Cabral was so shocked to find himself wide open. He's like, "Oh, look at this suck of that blood," and then he's like, "Oh, shit, I gotta kick the ball too, right? It's not just gonna go in on its own." But yeah, and he was just doing things throughout the match that I hope we get to see that more and more, because once the team starts to come together, then Vanney's gonna have issues trying to put together a starting 11, because like Brian and I were talking about earlier, like look at the defense. Once we have all these defensive pieces, and you want to switch from 3 in the back to maybe 4, maybe 5. Who are you gonna put back there? Benny's gonna be, Benny and Cal's gonna be scratching their heads like, what the hell are we gonna put back there? Because you're gonna have so many movable pieces, and that's a lot of depth in the roster. So, if Efra keeps playing like this, it's gonna be a good problem to have because you're gonna be wondering who you're gonna put in the mid.
These are facts.
I would have gave it to Efra if he would have played the full match.
That's not fair. But go ahead.
Just because this player played the full match and he looked like the best, I guess, player out there. I'm gonna give it to Ryan Revolution. He does his job more than average, better than average, and just for that, I don't really think anybody stood out to have that award. But just because Ryan does his work, you get it, bro.
Well, I'm gonna just write off of what Edgar say. I'll go with Defa because he gave half chances to a few players that if they would have went in, it would have been even another different discussion. Well, Cabral might have been man of the match because he probably would have had more than one goal if he puts those away. But Efra put them in those issues, and then you know how I feel about Efra. I still have the problem with him not playing with both feet, but at least for today, he was an outstanding player award, and Efra against a U12 team, fuck it. Hats off to you.
You know what, guys?
King of McDonald's.
How telling is it that we went through all the awards and not once did we mention Kevin Cabral as a candidate for any of them as far as a solid candidate? This is my next standing. This is my Heartman award.
That's good for him. He's kind of
he scored a goal, and he's not Heartman. He's not your Kevin Hart. He's not your Kevin Hartman award.
and I think it's because of what Lewis alluded to, that DP tag that he has. We expect a lot more from him, right? It's just he hasn't been able to deliver, and I think it's just because of him trying to adjust to the league. He's still young. Yada.
And well, you know what? We'll go from there. From here, we'll go on to the midweek show. Down?
Midweek show.
Yeah. We'll talk about Cabral.
We'll talk more about Cabral in midweek.
We're out of time here, so it's Sunday. We all got to get ready for work.
Yep.
I know I'm tired. You tired?
A little bit.
I'm tired of your shit.
No shit.
Right. Cool. So if you want to find me on any social media platform, you can find me as Eddie Nags altogether. Bryant.
You can find me as Bryant Nags on Twitter, Instagram, and PSN, playing for BRX this upcoming season, and only BRX.
Ooh.
Edgar.
You can find me on Twitter as Edgar Nags, not to be confused with Eddie Nags, because I keep hearing that. You're like, you guys aren't the same people? No. Well, actually, yes.
Same group, different people. Drake, you want to shout your stuff out? You want to shout out Dash League? Anything?
Dash League.
Dash League. That's it.
Nah, that's it.
All right, cool. Dash League.
Embarrassed to say anything.
That's all good. Hey, good looking out. Big shout out to Dre on the ones and twos. Does
Yes.
amazing work over here.
And Brian's grooming service, hell yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
Yeah, Brian's, what's it called, doggy style?
Doggy style.
Yeah,
Fuck yeah.
Shoot me a message, perro.
Hey, I get it doggy style and I enjoy it.
There you go. And your
So take
dogs
that shit to the bank.
and your dogs will love it too. For Brian Edgar, Dre on the ones and twos. My name's Eddie. We're gonna get up out of here till next time.
Keep on nagging.
Keep on nagging. Take us home, Dre.